This is a divider wall. I will show to you now how did I come up with this detailing and as well as presentation. It is a combination of 2D and 3D. So first, it is already set up into a paper. The size of the paper is A3. So this is now the title block. I will just open this block editor so that I can modify the title block. So I'm already here in the title block, and then these are the commands here for editing the title blocks, or I can just directly edit here. So I will close it now and go back to the paper setup. With regards to dimensions, I indicated the dimensions here in paper space. This is called paper space. As you can see, it is being organized according to scale. This one here is 1:30, and then the other one is 1:10. So how did I come up, or how did I modify or clear these dimensions in one paper? I just did it using the dimensions here. You can see here I have 10 layout. It means that it is 1:10, and then 30 layout 1:30. If you look at the properties or parameters of these dimensions, you can check here that I use overall scale of 0.1 because the model is in millimeter, or sometimes it's in centimeters, so depending on how I can arrive with a proper dimension. So if you notice here, scale factor is 10. It means it is 1:10, while the other one, it is 30, so it means 1:30. So we can also check the properties of these dimensions through this properties palette here. If you notice, there is 30 here under primary units. Then I will also discuss to you how did I manage these different viewports, but only one model. So if I'll double click here in this area, I can enter the model space while I'm still here in the paper space, and I'll go to layer. So there's no problem if I'll zoom out this one because it is locked here. So under like plan, I have here a plan for a new group filter, which I called plan. So I included all the layers here which I didn't want to be or to appear in this particular viewport. Right. So if I right click here and go to viewport, then go you will notice that the upper face is appearing in this viewport, and if I freeze it again, then you will notice the inside of this, the divider. So here in section, for example, we will right click here in section and then viewport, then fill. So that's it. You will notice that the glass is showing in this viewport, and if I right click again, then freeze. Okay, so that's how I manage these drawings in the layout while I only have one model. We can check, or you can verify that I am only using one model if we go to this model space. So under this model space, we are still in the wireframe. If I'll type the command 3DO, then I can now rotate the drawing. Then I will right click here and I will go to realistic. So this time, this is the actual properties, actually a assigned material on this like drapes or curtain here, as depending on the actual design. Then I can still use this right click option, then set the perspective so that it will look like a real perspective while we are rotating. Then aside from that, I also use this layer. I assign layer carefully so that I can easily manage all the layers here in this group filter. So these are all the layers. So when I provided a few group filters, I can easily manage it here. Whether I will freeze it or thaw or delete or whatever, I will turn off. Then let's check. We have to visualize. We can provide a customized user interface by just typing CUI. So here in CUI, we can remove the not necessary tools, or here I will customize my user interface. I'll go to ribbon and tabs. Under tabs, I will remove this visualize. Then done. Apply. So I already removed that portion. Oh, why is it still here? Oh yeah, it's already removed. Then under properties here, we can check whatever the properties of our individual object. Like for example, I will select this one and then check this is solid, while this one, this is surface. We can also change the color or the face, the properties of the edge by using this mesh. Simply I will go to face and press Ctrl, then select. It will automatically select the desired face. Then I also use RMAT command here. So under RMAT command, I assigned the material here, and then this one I assigned it. Here. So if we check the templates, we can just save these materials here so that we can easily use it if we need it. So that's how I provided this kind of setup. So I will change it again to visual style, wireframe, and then I'll go back to paper space. Back to paper space, and I will hide the ribbon using Ctrl 0 and Ctrl 9. I just widen my screen so that I can view it properly. Okay, so this is now the final setup of my paper and the different scale views of the drawings, as well as the sections and blow up sections are here. So I just managed this through manipulating the layer and as well as the scale. So if you notice, I have here scale, and then simply I can change the scale here using this button. This is another project called Hexagonal Tower. I provided details based from the models that I created and modified. The same technique I applied here. Paper size is set up and title blocks are created at the paper space, providing dimensions and showing the different or various scales in different viewport. So these graphics, I just attach it after I render the model that I created. So moving forward to the model space here. So here we have two views, two viewports in the model space. We can change this to single viewport through this view panel and then going here in this button. So we already have this one. Then if we want to change this to 3D, we can just click this home and then we can modify the view into realistic here. Realistic, or you can just type 3DO there, and then go to visual styles, realistic. Okay. So I also apply the materials here. So the outside partition is glass and the inside is metal materials, wherein I just created this metal portion by attaching some graphics onto the model, so it is a material. So the same technique I applied here. I only have one model, but I created different drawings in the paper space. So the properties, for example, we want to check the properties of this part of the material. So the properties is mesh. So sometimes when I imported it from 3D Max, the object is immediately converted into 3D mesh. So I can right click this one and then to check the layer here, so that you will know the different names of the object. So here I have many layer, the name of the layers, the base, dimension, fixed tower, inside frame. So inside frame we will check where is it. Yeah, it's inside one. Outside frame is 1. Okay. So that's it. This is just the same procedure as with my previous discussed project. So we will move now again to paper space. Here we maximize the speed to control 0 and control 9 so that we can see the better view for our drawings. That's it. I'll show you again my next project. The next discussion. Another project we have is this floor plan. This was created directly by importing the max file into AutoCAD. We are here in paper space, and here we provided all the necessary details, dimensions, label, pull-out, and areas of different space. So these are really accurate here as per my dimensions. I visited the site when this project is being implemented, and I measured the actual spacing or distances. We also have this table here. I created using AutoCAD. Actually, I just have this template, but then I just attach it. But we can still create a new one. So I will discuss to you the different command here in the ribbon. We can use this. For example, we want to insert another cell. Insert below. Okay, so we have here. So if we go to model, you can see that this is a 3D model. This is a 3D model I created using 3D Max in order for me to not only create the floor plan, but as well as I can directly provide an elevation for the stage. So I just manipulate the layer, and then I will create it in viewport using different views. Like for this one, I can show the left side elevation or front elevation depending, so that I can provide a drawings for elevations or sections of the stage. So that's it for this floor plan. We will continue with another project. This is another floor plan, but this time I demonstrate it with the 3D. How the plan will look if I will show it in 3D here in a paper space. So moving to model space again, if you can see, it is a 3D file. Okay, so you can change the visual style here. We can set it to like shaded or sketchy, so whatever. We can provide a presentation depending on the needs of the client, or depending on our aim or desire for the presentation. This is like structurally designed, installed synthetic tree. Just completed the details to better understand the installation procedure, so that the installer can check up to the specific details, up to the smallest detail, like I provided here. So the scales are 1:10 so that it can show the blow up section of details. So again, this is a 3D model. This was created using 3D Max, and after the design was approved, it was imported to AutoCAD. So we have here two models. I put this one because I need to organize the section. So I only want to show this part of that tree, and there is a structural support here. So I just hide this one or this one so that I can show the configuration of the square bars. So going back to paper space, this was installed successfully because of this very specific detailing. This plan is created to show the different elements of the project. Every element are indicated with labels or numbers to immediately check the properties of materials here in this table. So like for example, we have here 1A or 1B. 1A is here. So the properties of the materials are reflected on this 1A raw with finished 3D cutout English letters with background. So it's very easy for the installer to verify the location of every element that they need to be installed. Every element has details, specific details. So moving to the model space, again this is a 3D model created from 3D Max and imported again to AutoCAD. So I just manipulated the 3D Max file and then created the floor plan based from my gathered information, dimension from the actual site, and then immediately proceed with a technical floor plan. I also have a sample of my stage project. It is completed with labels and specifications. It's composed of perspective view, floor plan, elevation A and elevation B. So the installer will be provided with complete dimensions, height from front edge of the stage, and as well as the height of the lectern. And we have these specifications for different materials. I put it here in my perspective. So again, this is a 3D model. All the elements are provided here using a 3D Max. So once it was approved, I directly imported it to AutoCAD and provide calculation or for computation of BOQ. Another stage project. This time the shape is a bit challenging, especially providing an accurate measurement because the lines are curved. My technique is I provided these lines here first so that I can put my dimension here at the snap. Or sometimes I just change the color of the edge in the model. Like for example here, we have a 3D model. And here, so I just change the color of the edges by using this command here, mesh, and then edge, so that I can just select directly the lines of every element and then change the color to properties. Or another way is I can change it to layer. I will make it by layer, by object. Or another option is I can change it in visual style. So I can set the visual style to wireframe or hidden or realistic with edge. So we have so many techniques here in AutoCAD in order for a good presentation, both 2D and 3D. So going back to here, Thank you for watching my portfolio video. That is my procedure of presentation in terms of accuracy of using AutoCAD with a combination of 2D and 3D. My expertise is AutoCAD, but I'm also using other softwares like 3D Max, Vivid, SketchUp, Photoshop, or Adobe Premiere, and other softwares like Adobe Acrobat, depending on the application that is necessary for the completion of a certain project. So that's all.